All right, everybody. Welcome this week with a new episode of 20 Minutes with Roy. We have a special guest this week. The first one who hasn't actually been my teammate in the past, because it's a new kid in the team. Came from Lotto Soudal over the winter and is now maybe even happy to finally start in different colors in his next race. 4 years in red, now finally in white. Tiesj Benoot, what do you think about the new white kit we presented?
Yeah, I love it. Really a fresh look. I think it's the nicest kit I was ever on since I started cycling. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to show it in a race.
Was it something that came as a surprise for you? You had it already in your head that you would race for a different sponsor, but still in red?
Yeah, I heard some rumors about it already, but yeah, we didn't see the design before we got it. So yeah, my girlfriend picked up the package, and I asked her immediately to send a picture so I could see it. So yeah, I was really looking forward to see the design, and I love it. I think it's even more nice than the kit Team Sunweb had I think 2-3 years ago, also white.
Yeah.
Now with the white sleeves, I like it much more. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Looking forward then to see you in action with that kit.
Yeah, and also I'm not a lover of the heat, and I think the white kit is even better in the heat. Yeah.
That's what they say is the best for warm temperatures. Then your body heats up the least with white.
Yeah.
Hey, how was the start in the team for you, beginning of the year?
Yeah, I think very good. I had a really good preparation over winter. Some good camps with the team. Then on altitude also a nice camp with Søren and Wilco. And yeah, I started really good. I think immediately we got a podium in the opening weekend with Søren. And we were really, yeah, on the screen, I would say. We were really in the race. We decided to race. And then the week after in Paris-Nice, I think everything came together a little bit for us with 2 stage victories. And I also got second in GC. So I think it was nice for the team to start this way. And then it's also a bit pity because we were with the full classic squad there, 8 guys. It was a bit pity with this legs we couldn't go to the classics. So yeah, it was special on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first maybe what caught my eye was that I directly saw that you had chemistry with your teammates there, especially with Søren in finals in Nieuwsblad and in Paris-Nice stage you won as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something that that was also created on altitude, or how do you see that?
Yeah, I think so. I know Søren from juniors on. We raced against each other, maybe even earlier, because we have the same age. We are both from '94, and but I never really talked to him. But now we came in a team together, so it was nice to get to know him. Already on the first meeting in the event, we were together on the room, and then yeah, the biggest step forward in our relation, I would say, we made on altitude. If you are 3 weeks together, Wilco was only there the first week with us, so I was 2 weeks only training with Søren. If you have breakfast together, training 6-7 hours next to each other, then lunch, dinner, sleeping together, I think yeah, the spirit, I saw him for sure more than my own girlfriend. And then yeah, or it goes the bad way, and then you hate each other. Yeah, or it everything falls together. And I think our personalities cope well together, and I think we showed it already. Like you said in the first block of races, I think I never felt so comfortable having a teammate in front and having good legs myself, protecting his breakaway. And then yeah, I could do this for him in Nieuwsblad, and then the week after he did the same teamwork for me in Paris-Nice.
That's in the end perfect when it works that way, yeah.
Yeah.
When you have the trust in each other like this, and also actually within a week, you do it for him and he does it for you.
Yeah.
That also, I think, builds up the trust you have in each other, and
Yeah.
I hope that's also the starting sign that that you start a good period with our team
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. It's nice to feel immediately also the confidence and I got from the teammates, and we're just we were on a high, and I hope we can continue this way once the races start again. Yeah.
But how? To come back to that stop in the race schedule. What was your first reaction when you basically found out during Paris-Nice? I think that basically everything after was cancelled for unknown time. How did that land?
Actually, it came a bit gradually, I would say. First I think after stage 5 or something, they told us some classics were already cancelled, but Flanders was still the really big races. Flanders was Roubaix, also the Walloon Classics were still on the list. So I came home from Paris-Nice, and then I actually first saw the situation was really serious, because on the race, you're still in the bubble of cycling, and only you don't see a lot of people during the day. And then I came home, I saw it was really serious, and then the weeks after all the races got cancelled. So then it was more like gradually turn into non-racing mode. So it was a pity, I would say, but I could definitely make the click really fast. I like the approach of the team also, the way we trained, the way we had the conference calls with the classics team every week. So we was not like a winter stop for me, and I think this was mentally for sure the best.
Well, that's nice. That's nice that you experienced it in that way. Did you do different things in this period which you would normally not do in the spring?
I think I started my own small garden. I don't know how to call it in English, but like I to start to grow my own vegetables. And I made my girlfriend bought some jigsaw puzzles, but this I quit it after 2. But I have to say I was now 1 week in the Ardennes, so not home, and after 1 week my pumpkins really my pumpkin plant he grew almost out of the garden, so it's nice to see.
It's nice that you start about that, because Julia Soek, we had there as a guest last week. She was really curious how your gardening skills evolved during this time. So
I made maybe a few mistakes, but I think pumpkin is a easy vegetable to start with. This is what I saw on at least what I saw on the internet, and now he's still growing. So, but I have some work now after 1 week, 1 week away. Yeah.
Okay, nice. What are you planning to do with it and the pumpkins? You make soup of it, or wait until the fall and put them in front of the house?
Nah, I will eat it definitely. But I love pumpkin in all ways or all manners. I don't know. Soup, puree, just in the oven is also lovely. So it's one of my favorite vegetables. So I hope we will have nice vegetables, and then I will enjoy to eat it.
Then invite Julia once with her boyfriend, because they are also in the restaurant business. Maybe
I know.
Maybe you can give her some tips for new things on the menu card.
I think my cooking skills are still not on the restaurant level, I would say.
What is not can still come.
Yeah, it's true. Now we need another few lockdowns, I would say.
Then better stay professional cyclist, because these lockdowns, one is enough for in my opinion.
Yeah. Mine too.
Hey, what like I said before, I was never really teammates with you, but for sure I saw you coming, start of your career. Then an interesting thing that caught my eye was that you combined study for a long time with professional cycling. Maybe you even do it at the moment still.
Yeah, it's true. It's I think that for sure next week, for example, I have an exam on Monday. The way I do it actually is just I plan my studies around my program. So first, I'm a professional cyclist who studies and not a student who is also cycling. So for sure, cycling comes on the first place, and then if I see I have some time left, for example, this year I did an exam after the altitude training, after the altitude camp. So I did the altitude, and then opening weekend, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday afterwards I had an exam, because then I know I have 3-4 weeks only training. And then you have for sure some time. If you can do like 1 hour a day, you will not recover less fast or with 1 hour studying a day, and then after 1 month you can do an exam. Next week I also planned one on Monday, and then my focus will turn again fully on preparation for the season. It's in my first 2 years under 23. I put a lot of effort in it, and now I just want to finish it off. I'm on my master degree, so I think I only have half a year left. So would be a pity to stop it now. Yeah, and I enjoy it. You can put your focus on something important, I would say, next to cycling. I think a lot of cyclists sometimes need to get their head away from cycling, and for me, it's a nice way to do it in this way.
It also gives you some mental relaxing moments, or gives you. I always had that feeling that I also wanted to educate myself in a different way, and I think this what you describe now really comes close to what I felt. What are you studying actually?
I'm doing applied economics at Ghent University. I also have to say they give me a lot of facilities for top sports, for sports on a high level. You get the kind of statute or facilities to choose when you plan your own exams. If you have special training camps or competition, then you can ask to change the date for your exam. So, but next week I'm again with 300-400 students
at the same time.
And it's a long time ago. So I'm looking forward.
New experience again.
Yeah, and I don't know my colleagues anymore, because I was not in following one lesson the last 4 years, and all my friends where I started with, they graduated, they have a job already. So I'm doing it on my own pace, but I think it's I don't want to lose a year of cycling because I'm studying. So but on this way it's easy to combine, and why not?
Well, if you when I take it to my perspective, I work now for Team Sunweb, mostly for the Devo team, the young guys who still have the ambition to turn pro, and also often combine that with school. And I'm curious, do you have a tip or a trick for what they can use to learn from you?
Yeah, I would say don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just in periods where you have a busy period with cycling, leave your studies away, and then I think you have to find a pleasure in both. For me, once I turned professional, studying was actually didn't give me any pressure anymore. Now I just do it because I'm a professional cyclist. But before, I was 2 years under 23. I also worked hard there. I remember training camp. I woke up every day at 6 o'clock because I wanted to go on training camp. It was right before my exam period. And I also learned out of this, because afterwards I got also mononucleosis, so Epstein-Barr virus. So then I said to myself, I don't force it now anymore, and I just take it easy. I think you have to go full for your dream. If your dream is becoming professional cyclists, but don't forget there's still a life afterwards, and you can combine the two if you don't put too much pressure, or you don't want to do it too fast, I would say.
Those are wise words that the guys can take with them from Tiesj Benoot. Another thing I often tell to them is that a lot of them are really talented, and when you're really talented in the younger categories, you can do basically everything. You can climb, you can do classics, you can do one-day races, you can do stage races. But as soon as you turn professional, then most of them they really pick one thing that they're really going to be good at. I think you're now how many years already professional, but still orientating really wide. You can still do a lot of things. How do you look to that? Is that something that you do on purpose, or aren't you afraid that not choosing also will have a negative effect on your career?
Yeah, I thought already a lot about it. I have also the question is also asked me a lot. So actually, it was a bit my first year professional. Normally I would always go for the Walloon Classics, but then they put me on the list for Flanders, and I got fifth. So then in Flanders you're immediately a classic specialist. But actually in under 23, I also always thought the Ardennes suit me best. It's also where I focused on Liège with the under 23 categories. So then I did the classics for a few years, but step by step I also discovered I could climb a little bit. And I think sorry, on this moment in my career, I made a step forward each year. So I wouldn't say that I'm a bit stagnated or something. And I also love to change the focus after the classics to more climbing races. And I still, it's nice to challenge myself on this way. And I just love training in the mountains, love racing in the mountains. And the classics in my own country I like because of the atmosphere, all the history around it. So it's difficult, but maybe one day I will have to choose. But I think also this year brings special chances with the new calendar for me, with the Ardennes right before the classics or the cobbled classics.
And you turn it the other way around, huh? Yeah, first the Ardennes and then the cobbled classics, huh?
Yeah, so more now I will be maybe a bit more fresh in the Ardennes. I only did Liège once because it's really difficult if you're already on a high level in the opening weekend. It's 8 weeks and 9 weeks maybe. So yeah, now maybe I discover myself much more, and maybe next year no cobbled classics, but it's future talks.
Still, time will tell, huh?
Yeah,
and that's also what I put in front of the young guys, that time will tell which direction that the career goes.
True.
Maybe that moment also comes for you, huh?
Yeah. Now also, I think it was Paris-Nice was my first podium in stage World Tour stage race. Was the first time I also felt I could really win a race of this level in the mountains. So even now my 6th year professional, so still making step forwards. And I think as a young rider you should just focus on progression, and then the results will follow, and just enjoy it.
That's the most important thing, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I'm actually curious about, I still remember the day that you won Strade Bianchi, and actually I was then in Paris-Nice, rooming with a guy you often train with, Edward Teuns.
Yeah.
And he was telling us really proud that you won because of him. You know why?
Yeah. We in Paris-Nice was also in the Strade Bianchi was also really bad weather, and the week before was really cold in Belgium. And I think it was like -2, -3 on Wednesday, and I wanted to do a last good training ride, and Edward was the only guy who wanted to join, so we went together for 4 hours 30 or something. That was nice to be to not be alone on the road, and maybe he has a small part in my victory there. It's true.
Yeah, and he said also something different. He said he was all the time bullying you that you didn't win a race.
Oh yeah. This also happened.
That's why you got so frustrated and mad actually at him, So you on the Saturday you put all your frustration on the pedals and basically rode everybody off your wheel.
Yeah. Now it's finished, the bullying. But now he also comes with how many races did you win already? Blah 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 blah. We'll never stop. He will always find something.
That's also how we know him.
Yeah.
Maybe we have just time for a final question. Also in your training group, Bert de Bakker was also a long time teammate with me.
Yeah.
And obviously Edward Teuns. Both guys with a typical sense of humor. Whose sense of humor do you prefer?
It's difficult. I really like Edward imitating the famous sketches, Belgian best known sketches.
Oh, the 20 minutes are over.
Oh, sorry.
So in the end, you will never.
We'll never know.
Never know the answer.
It's maybe best.
Maybe best, unless some other journalist takes this good question over and asks you again.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiesj. First, I want to thank you for the 20 minutes time you had.
Yep.
Next week we have a new guest, Corinne Rivera. Do you have a question for her, actually?
Maybe which I never visited America, so maybe which place she would advise the most to go there on holiday. I'm thinking to go there. Maybe this year is difficult, but maybe one of the next years. So let me know. Okay, then if you are as curious as Tiesj about the answer to this question, then look at us next week again when we are with Corinne Rivera.